How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? I am Andrew Flowers, owner of Flowers Heating and Air Conditioning, and from conception to completion, we guarantee your satisfaction. Today, going out for an older gentleman, one of my longtime customers, clients. It's April the 22nd. It's been warm past few days, but we got a major thunderstorm yesterday. Kind of cooled everything off. But his unit quit working for, Saturday, 5:30 p.m. I get the dreaded text. Hey, my air conditioner quit working, needs your service. Unfortunately, I was out of pocket Easter weekend. And so it's Monday, and I'm able to head out there and take a look at his unit and see what's going on with it. Shouldn't be anything too difficult. It's an old gas pack, probably 10, 12 years. Still in fairly good shape. I've worked on it several times, but it'll get fixed today, hopefully. But today I want to talk to you about a subject, I guess, of what is the perfect size for a heating and air conditioning service company. Is it 100 service techs, or is it an owner operator like me, or is it, in the range between 5 to 10 service techs, installers, a good mix? This not counting office people, but actual people who turn the wrench and fix things. I could go either way on this subject, but I will say I lean more closely to the line where I'm at. Now, I'm an owner-operator. I'm in the truck every day, which I love. I enjoy it. Always have. I probably always will. I have help on installs. I have some good help that I have trained personally. Does not work full-time for me. He has another occupation, but he loves to help me because I pay him well, and we do excellent work. But I had an interesting conversation with a potential client who reached out on an estimate for a new heating and air conditioning system, and he's about 30 miles away, which would turn into about 40 minutes to get out there. And he had an interesting take. He wanted a brand new system, and he wants, he's getting several estimates today, in fact, me of being one of them. And he's wanting to move fairly quickly, but his key condition, or his issue, is he wanted a big company to install, because if he ever needed service, he wants immediate service, which is really, it's totally understandable. And so, he's getting other estimates, 3 or 4. I'm just one of them. But the argument that I want to, I guess, talk about or discuss is, what is the difficulties surrounding an owner-operator that has me and another guy at times that can help you out, versus a huge company that has 100 installers / service techs? And 100 may be too much, but they're huge. One, on the big company, is they're going to charge a whole lot more for an install than I would. Now, I'm not cheap. I'm higher end of the middle of the road. So I'm higher than middle of the road. Because I value my trade, my crafts. I believe I'm a craftsman. I do really good work, and I stand behind my word. But the big company, they're going to charge a lot more, not necessarily on the craftsmanship, but that they have 100 times more overhead than me. And so, let's say they charge $20,000 for this install, whereas I would be around $15,000. This client, because he wants a bigger company for the mere fact that in the future, he wants immediate service, is it worth it to pay $5,000 more to the big company to install this unit, so that you can have a tech out in an hour? I don't know. Maybe it is. On the argument on my side is, I'm the owner operator. I know this client by name. When he calls the office, he's going to talk to me. I'm going to install this unit, so I'm going to know this unit inside and out. I'm going to know every turn of the ductwork. I'm going to know the system in and out. If he calls the big company, he's going to call some dispatcher who don't know his name. He's going to pull up his file and go, oh yeah, Mr. Jones. Oh, okay, I see we did an install 2 years ago. Okay, what's your issue? With me, the max you're probably going to be waiting is 24 hours if it's not on the weekend. And I may not be able to get to you within 3 hours, but I can guarantee that I'm going to take care of you. And so, what is the perfect size for an HVAC company? Is it 15 service techs? If you're the client that wants that type of company, you're going to pay, and it's not necessarily paying for quality. You're paying for a massive overhead that this service company has to they have to pay for every month, which in turn means more money out of your wallet. So, I don't know. It was just an very interesting conversation this morning, talking with this client. He wants to get this thing installed, but, he asked me, well, how big are you? Because I got a buddy who does heat and air, and he's shoddy. He'll be here today and gone tomorrow. Can't count on him. And I said, listen, sir, my company name is Flowers Heating and Air Conditioning. That's my last name. That's my father's last name. I wouldn't have named it Flowers Heating and Air if I was just out to, cash your check and never answer your call again. I'm going to be here for the long haul. Every install that we complete comes with an automatic, either a 2-year warranty or a 5-year labor warranty. So we're going to at least be here, depending on which model of equipment you install. We're going to be around for 2 years or 5 years guaranteed. So it's up to you. And he said, well, okay, all right, well, come on out here and give me an estimate then. So I don't know what's going to happen. He may go with the big company, and you know what? More power to him. It's his house, his money. He'll decide who he wants. But I'm not here to talk about what I offer or anything like that. It's just, folks, when you go to select a new heating and air conditioning company, don't just look at how big they are. Look at the customer reviews. Look on Google. Look at what people say about them. Do they stand behind their word? A lot of people don't. They like to cash that check and then find a reason why they can't come out and do the maintenance next year. Because they've already got what they wanted out of you. So, I don't know what it is, but it ain't good. So anyways, hope y'all are having a great day. I'm gonna go out and see if I can't fix this unit, and I'll show you guys more. Stick around. So I'm still driving, and I'm still thinking about this conversation that I had earlier, and going over to what I've already talked about. I didn't really discuss what the problems that there are with, a smaller company. You will have maybe some slight issues with a smaller company like me, and the only issue that I could see using someone like me is really time of service response, I guess you could say. Like I said, you have me and you have another guy that is able to help me, who is trained on these units as well, that I could call and say, hey guy, I need you to go out, pick up my truck, and get your uniform on, be presentable, and go fix this unit, and he'll be able to do it just fine. So that would be the problem with using someone like me, is there might be a time where your unit breaks down, unfortunately. July the 3rd, Friday at 4:30. It's the most inopportune time for it to go down, right when you've thrown the steaks on the grill and everybody's about to come over. Your unit breaks down. Well, I'm also grilling, and my phone's in the other room and I can't hear it. I sat around that phone all day and nobody called, and so I put it in the other room, and about as soon as I close the door, the phone starts ringing. Well, it's on silent. So I understand that there are those times where I'm simply just unavailable until the next day, or like this weekend. It was Easter weekend. I celebrate Easter, the resurrection of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So I was unavailable. Luckily, the temperature dropped to 65, and so he didn't really need emergency service. He was just letting me know, hey, my unit's broke, come on out here and get it going. So that's why I'm going out there. So that is the difficulty in using a smaller company. But if you really compare the value that you're going to get with an owner-operator like me, is I know you, I know your name. Like I said earlier, I know exactly where the unit's located. I probably know what the issue is immediately, versus calling, a big company and talking to whoever, God knows who, is on call. You got Joe Blow sucking on a cigarette on his back porch, hello, this is Joe, and you're like, hey, you were out here 2 years ago, installed this unit. Well, I don't know who did it, and it's whatever. Not every tech is like that, but there are those out there. And so that's the downside, if you could consider that downside. Now, listen, it's not just heat and air, it's cars, it's whatever. Things are going to break down. And if you're the type of person that needs immediate service, then unfortunately, I hate to say it, I might not be the right choice for you. But like I said before, I will stand behind my work. I will take care of you. I will do what's right. I'm going to be here and honor the warranties that I give out, because I'm here for the long haul. This is my company. This is my baby, if I could say it that way. So anyways, if you want to go with the big company more, then do it. It's your decision. But it might be best to go with a mom and pop, where everybody knows everybody. Everybody calls you friend. So Anyways, I'm almost to this house, and we'll see what the ish is. We'll take you along for the ride. All right, let's talk to the customer. Oh, well, he already went around back. Here's the old dude. It is a 2013, so 12 years old. A little Payne package unit. Here we go. Let's talk to the customer. Hey, Bobby Jean. How are you?
You all right? You want me to turn it on?
Nope. I was just letting you know I'm here.
Okay.
All right. I'll figure out what the issue is. I'll let you know.
All right.
Does the indoor blower, does it run?
Yeah, I ain't got no indoor blower. Everything's out here.
Well, I mean, does the blower run?
Yeah, it blows air through the...
Okay, just no cooling.
It stays warm by hot.
All right. No problem. Did you mow the lawn today?
I just left it mowed.
Huh?
Yeah, I just left it mowed.
Ah, I see.
They don't do very good job with eating it.
They kind of hit it and run, don't they?
Yeah, he done three of them right here.
Oh, he does 3 all in a row?
Yeah, he does. He does this one, the one next to me, and then the one across the street from her.
Well, he ain't got time.
He ain't got time to do anything right. He won't move nothing. He won't move the trailer or nothing. He wanted to buy my trailer.
Well, he can't move it because it cuts down on his, his hourly. All right, Bobby Jean, if you would, well, I'll get it here. Okay. I don't like that sound, Bobby. Well, the compressor kicked on. Hear that rattling noise? Kind of rattling. That's either low refrigerant or the block something. I mean,
It run good last year.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it wants to go out on the now.
well, because you just repaired it, Bobby. That's why.
I just spent all that money trying to get the
Yeah, no, the heat.
well and the heat. I just cleaned my yard up a little bit, and I sold that car out there.
Oh, you did? All right.
The man gave me $500 for the car, and he wanted he asked me if I had something he could do around here. And I told him, yeah. I ordered it out. I will. I'll get it worked out.
Uh-huh.
He said, I can pay him what I want to pay him.
Yeah. Oh, no, Bobby. That's it right there.
They got a leak in the pipe?
Yep, right there. See, that's been rubbing there?
Yeah.
It finally rubbed the hole.
Had to replace the whole line? Or
Now, I can probably patch it. But, this copper here been rubbing right there.
Yeah.
And then you see all that oil. See, refrigerant carries oil through the whole system to keep the compressor lubricated.
Mm-hmm.
And so that refrigerant, it actually carries the oil around. And so anytime there's a leak, you'll see oil spots there. And so, let me see what refrigerant this is. I might be able to just patch it and fill it up with refrigerant. So I hate it for you, Bobby.
I know the fridge is high.
Well, depending on what refrigerant it is, it's 410A, so it's not the really expensive R22.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me see what I can do for you, Bobby.
All right. Whatever you can do, because I need it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good thing, everything's running. It's just no refrigerant. I'm going to see how many ounces this thing holds. 6 pounds and 4 ounces.
Unfortunate.
So unfortunately, his copper lines have rubbed a hole. They've been vibrating for 12 years, vibrating together. They have now rubbed a hole, which is unfortunate, but it's a part of life, I guess. Things break. So I gave him a price. He approved it, and now we just have to basically solder that shut, pull a vacuum on it. I don't think putting a new filter dryer on is necessary with the age of this unit. And so, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep you updated. So we have to now clean the repair area. Make sure all the oil is removed so we can inspect. Oh, it still has pressure. Good. Well, I mean, it still has to get repaired. But it's still having pressure means that it still has never had atmospheric pressure in it. None of this moisture or air, this rain that we had, moisture in the air didn't get into it. So we're gonna get it repaired and I'll show you the result. It's a beautiful day here, so not often you get to sit. The job's got me down, folks. The job's got me down. Anyways, there's an update. We got this gentleman up and going today. Yay for me. So here's the result, folks. On the back side of here, it was rubbing up against that area right there, and that caused a leak. And so we repaired that, and we replaced this filter dryer, which catches moisture, maybe some particles floating around that don't belong, that can't get compressed. They get caught up in the filter dryer. That's why it's important to change whenever there's a leak or the refrigerant system is opened up to atmospheric pressure. We just replace it for safety. You know, it's the proper thing to do. And that's all that was wrong with this thing, man. Just a good old leak. So anyways, we got him all fixed up. We got the leak fixed, pressure tested, vacuumed down. New refrigerant in, fired it up, working like a dream. He's happy he can sleep in a cool bed. And I'm happy I'm happy I could help him. That's the face you make when you have that gut feeling, that gut punch, that tools are about to be spilled all over the highway. I made that left sharp turn and the back bin opened up, and I knew I didn't close it. And so as soon as I made that turn, I knew that bin was open. and there goes that door, flies open. Luckily, nothing came out. But that's the reaction of, oh my God, no. But anyways, got a happy customer. I was glad I could fix him up today. Didn't have to come back and prolong it. Was able just to knock it out. And he's happy and his wife's happy. Good for them. But anyways, called that customer, that potential client, said, hey man, it's about that time for me to head that way. You still want me to come out that way? And he kind of him and hawed a little bit. And he said, well, I don't think so. I had such and such company come out. And well, heck, they gave me a good deal for this 5-ton unit. Said if I paid cash, I'd get a 10% discount too. So I think I'm gonna go with them. And I said, okay, well, if you're already sold, tell me who it was and what their price was. He told me who it was. Pretty big company. And he told me their price, and I was like, well, okay, I'm here if you need me. And so, man, a big company with a lowball price like that, it gets rough trying to keep them installers and all them guys busy. And so you get a lowball price like that, you know, you're getting a good deal. But we'll see. Good luck to him. Hope it works out for him. I'm here if he needs me, but he probably won't. But that's okay. You can't win them all. And so there goes that one. But thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you spending your time with me. And until the next video, stay safe and God bless.